This is the Itel P55T and it's part of the Itel P55 series. Itel had a major rebrand and they are changing the trajectory of the devices that they are releasing. The P55T has a 6000 mAh battery that can last for up to 2 days on a single charge. It has a 50 megapixel primary camera with an IPS LCD display that also has a 90Hz refresh rate. The phone is powered by the Unisoc T606 processor that is found on most phones around its price category. Talking about price, the phone costs 102,000 naira, which is slightly above $100. By the time you see this video, I've been using the phone for over 2 days and here is everything you need to know about it. Inside the box, you're going to get the phone, a silicone CPU case, an 18W charger, a USB-C cable, an earpiece, and a SIM ejector tool. That's everything you'll find in the box of the Itel P55T. You get a 6.6-inch IPS LCD display with a 90Hz refresh rate and 720p resolution. It can get up to 500 nits of brightness outdoors, which is quite on par with other devices around its price category. You get a punch hole display on the P55T, which makes it quite appealing, and the bezels around the display are quite noticeable, especially the chin. Outdoors, the display is quite visible, but you need to max out the brightness or set it on auto brightness. If it is very sunny though, you might struggle to see the display. The 90Hz refresh rate makes scrolling more fluid, but it hardly hits 90Hz refresh rate all the time. It is mostly noticeable while using Google Chrome and when you are scrolling through settings and other minimal apps in the phone. You hardly notice the 90Hz refresh rate when you are playing demanding games like Call of Duty. I feel the resolution of the display plays a part in keeping it below 90Hz refresh rate most of the time. I enjoyed playing games and streaming content on the display because of its size. There are certain YouTube videos that you can watch in 1080p resolution, making it more crisp. The colors on the display are quite okay, but there are certain animations that feel washed. Nothing too serious though. The display is impressive and it is responsive to touch. Design isn't something new. We've seen this design on some Tecno, Infinix, and even on the Itel A70 that was released earlier by the brand. What is worth talking about is the plastic finish on my Astral Black colorway. It has some textured finished feeling that gives it a bit of a grip in the hand. There are 2 cameras at the back and we have a quad flashlight just beside the camera. The part of the camera is glossy and you should expect dust and fingerprint stains to settle on that part. The side mounted fingerprint scanner is fast and we have the volume rocker slightly above the fingerprint scanner. The SIM card slot is by the left and the phone supports dual 4G SIM cards. There is an Itel P55 5G and it's the cheapest 5G phone in the market right now. We are going to be talking about that particular model in a separate video, so if you want to be the first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm also trying to get my hands on all the phones in the P55 series lineup to compare them in a single video. I know it's going to be a lot of fun and you don't want to miss out on that. Personally, I am bored of this design because I've seen it over and over again from different phones. The general consumers out there, however, seem to be separated. There are some that like this design and others that don't like it. The frame of the P55T is made of plastic and we have a mono speaker at the bottom that isn't really exceptional. It charges through a USB-C port and there is also a headphone port at the bottom. Additionally, there is also a microphone for calls. The phone is a bit thick, but it is impressive to hold and the build quality is also impressive. The Itel P55T is powered by the Unisoc T606 processor, which is what we have on most of the budget phones right now. It has 4GB RAM that can be expanded to 8 using memory fusion. App retention in the background isn't the best and most apps restart if you visit them later. It is not a performance monster and there is a reason for that. We'll talk about it in a bit. You can play basic games and it will be fine. I tried playing Call of Duty Mobile and it was playable at low graphics quality and medium frame rate. As long as you stick to basic tasks like calls and text, then it will be fine. The phone is running on Android 14 Go edition and if you want to enjoy performance on the phone, then the light apps from the Play Store are the best to download. We have the Itel OS 13.6 as the user interface and like all Android phones, there are some level of customizations that you can do. There are some settings you can tweak, but you are not getting a full-fledged Android 14 experience on the phone. It is remarkable that we have Android 14 out of the box with the Itel P55T. Let me know in the comment section if you want a full gaming test of the device. Although the Unisoc T606 processor doesn't support a 50 megapixel primary camera, Itel is using pixel binning to aid the 50 megapixel camera on the phone. There is also a second AI lens at the back for depth sensing. Up front, we have an 8 megapixel lens for selfie, and for the price, the pictures are quite okay, but sometimes they are too bright. I love how colors remain natural, but it's usually a hit and miss. You need a lot of light, however, to get good images from the camera. Portrait mode is impressive with good background blur and details. The selfie pictures are impressive as well for an 8MP lens, but you need a lot of light to make it work. Indoors, the selfie pictures aren't quite good. There is a super night mode and I love how it increases the level of details to an image in the dark. You get up to 10x zoom using the main camera, but I doubt if it is useful. The images lack details most of the time. You can record 1080p videos at 30 frames per second with the front and back camera. Here is a video with the front and back camera. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Video with the front facing camera of the Itel P55T. It records videos at 1080p 30 frames per second, and the audio you're also hearing is from the Itel P55T. Let me know what you think about the audio in the comment section. The phone has a 6000 mAh battery, and if you love a phone with long lasting battery life, then the Itel P55T is up there with the best. It can last an entire day and more even with heavy usage. Using the charger in the box, it takes around 2 hours to charge the phone from 0 to 100. The battery is arguably the best in the P55 series lineup, and it can compete with any other battery phone out there. Battery won't be an issue if you intend to buy the Itel P55T. Rounding up, the Itel P55T can be a bit difficult to recommend because it comes close in terms of price with the Infinix Hot 40i and Tecno Spark 20. I plan on comparing them in a separate video so you can properly understand what I mean. Overall, it's not bad. It's only held back by performance and software, even though it's running on Android 14 Go edition, and the closest phone that it can be compared to run on Android 13. That's all I have for this video. In case you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section, and I'm going to see you in my next video.